Okay, let's start this over again. I just had somebody stop because I'm on the side of the road out here. A quick video on the HealTech Gear Indicator Pro, if I can get it to focus. There we go. We'll go through all 6 gears. It's very easy to set up, very easy to use. This particular one was a Yamaha one that I had to build into the bike. Behind the headlight, I had to do a little bit of wiring there to get it to tap in. And to get its signal, I had to come down here off the transmission and choose one of the wires down there, where I just tapped it in myself. And obviously it needs power, so a source off the battery. Very easy to set up. Definitely worth the money if you want a gear indicator. It's invaluable to be able to see what you're in. If you like that kind of gadget, definitely worth it. Right now my bike is in Supermoto trim. The Supermoto tires on right now. It is windy out here right now, sorry about that. But so I got the Sumos on right now, but you can see it definitely is an enduro bike. I've done the conversion myself, try and block the wind here. These are Warp 9s. I'm going to do a video on them shortly. It's on the short list of videos for sure. Basically, when I switch back and forth between the Enduro and the Supermoto tires, I have to recalibrate my speedometer. That's the reason why I made a video for that. And as far as setting up the gear indicator, it doesn't like the gearing change either. So you have to be able to switch back and forth between your settings. For it, right now, it's on the Supermoto, but when I do put the Enduro tires back on, I have to recalibrate it. And that's literally as easy as turning your key on, waiting for it to cycle to 4, and between 4 and 5, and then shutting your key off. Once you do that 6 times, it'll go into its learn mode, and you just take it for a drive, and when it asks you to shift through the different gears, you just do that. This thing won't focus for me at all today. And what you end up with is it's perfectly calibrated. It usually takes me one shot ride between 0 and basically 100 kilometers an hour, and that's not that hard to do when you live out here and there's lots of straight roads. Other than that, like I said, it's definitely worth the money. It's very easy to set up, very easy to use, and if you have any other questions on other components that I have on here, let me know in the comments section and I'll see what I can do for you. Enjoy your day, people. I certainly am. Just one other quick thing I wanted to note. When I went to install my GiPro about a year ago, when I contacted HealTech, they didn't actually have an instruction sheet on how to install it on the 701s, regardless of it being a 16 or 17 model. So what I ended up doing was just following what the wires meant. And this is a HealTech Speedo Healer. The wire colors are the same. They're just black, white, red, and red and green, if I can remember correctly, when it comes to the gear indicator. And what I had to do was find the right wire to be able to tap it, and I ended up tapping the wrong color wire, and once I tapped the right wire, I was able to get the speed sensor off of the wheel. You do not want to tap into anything down on the wheel itself. Where you want to tap into is right here. And if you have any questions, I can dig in there. I don't remember exactly what the colors of the wires are. I might have it written down. If I do find it, I will let you know. And I'll post it up here in just an annotation so that you can see what wires they were. But I ended up tapping it in here, actually up in a little bit higher up on the bike, and just had to run the wire down the steering stem under the seat and tap it in, hook up the battery, and it worked. So it was not in the instructions. It might be now for the HealTech gear indicator, but it wasn't on their website, and there was no kit offered at the time when I installed this. Like I said, this was off of a WR250R. I also have a Speedo Healer itself. This was also on the WR, and I'll be installing it as well on this bike. That is coming up in the next month and a half. I'll be able to get around to it, if not a little bit sooner. because it's going to be the same thing again. These are Yamaha plugs. They're not going to work. I'm going to have to tap directly into the bike's harness and make sure everything's waterproof. This is not just a street fighting machine. It is an enduro, so I want to make sure that all my connections are done professionally myself, or better than what you would get at a dealership, and that's a quality that I strive for. I want to make sure everything's waterproof. So if you're riding in the rain or you're riding in the mud, it doesn't really matter. If you have any other questions on anything, stay tuned for more posts coming up. You'll see a video on the Speedo Healer soon, and as well as a review on the seat concepts, which I'll probably be able to get to in the next day or so and post that up. I also will be doing some other installs as well coming up. I've got a light bar that I'm installing, and if you have any questions on anything, post in the comments. I'm usually pretty quick to answer them. Other than that, enjoy riding, ride safe, and if you like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and don't be afraid to say hi.